Hey, how's it going guys? It's Mira here, and we are finally back with another video after a long time of not being able to upload anything. Now I am planning on uploading more regularly, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more videos. So, in today's video we're going to be transforming the 1.14 villages into a really cool looking house, still keeping that newer 1.14 village style, but in one 2-story medieval looking house. As you can see, we're still keeping that original style, but just making it look a lot more detailed and transformed. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and take these blocks from the block list so we can begin into the step-by-step tutorial. Now once we've got these blocks, let's go ahead and fill in the foundations on the ground, finding a nice flat area of terrain to actually build our house in. You could do this in survival or creative, it's entirely up to you guys. So the first thing I'm doing here guys is just taking some oak log and building up some pillars off of our foundations just 4 blocks from the ground. And we're going to go ahead and do this all the way around, still keeping on the foundations that we just built. Alright, now that we're done with this, we're just going to go ahead and take some barrels and place them underneath each one of our pillars. However, we are going to be only building barrels underneath our outside pillars and leaving the 4 pillars in the middle with nothing underneath, just as normal. So as you can see, we've put these barrels underneath each of the pillars, but we're just going to leave those 4 pillars in the middle as they were before. So now let's just go ahead and build the walls in between our pillars. So we're going to be using stone brick on the bottom layer, and then the rest is going to be cobblestone. Now on our front wall, we're going to leave this little gap right here for where our door's going to be, and let's just put an andesite polished block for where our door is going to be as well. Now we're only going to be building this wall 3 blocks high, as we are going to have some pillars on top. So we'll just continue to go all the way around the house and fill in each of the walls just like this. Alright guys, so once we're done with the walls, we're basically going to go ahead and take a cobblestone stair and just pop this above where our doorway is going to be. And now we're going to take some andesite and mossy cobblestone and begin to bring in some texture into the walls. And as you can see, I'm just adding in sort of randomized andesite, and every now and then I'm just putting in a mossy cobblestone block. And you just want to sort of randomly bring in this texture. There's no real pattern to it, just make sure you don't overdo it with the andesite. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're just going to break in where our windows are going to be, just making some holes every now and then. So we're going to have 2 little tiny windows on the side and 1 big one on the back, and then just missing this section here, we're going to add another small window. Now when it comes to filling in these windows, we're just going to take some white stained glass and fill in each of these sections. Now let's go ahead and add in a normal spruce door and make sure to place it facing on the outside of the building so that we have this gap for the door, so that brings in some depth to our building. So now this is what the house looks like on the right side. And this is what the house looks like on the back with just 1 double high window. And then on our left side we've just got 1 window as well. And then obviously on our front we've just got our spruce door just like this. Right, now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and fill in these gaps at the top just with some cross beams using some oak log again. So now at the tops of our pillars, we're actually going to build some logs coming off as support beams, which is going to add some much needed depth to our walls. So now let's just go around our build and swap out the tops of these pillars with logs that are facing outwards. So now that we're done with that, we can just go ahead and grab some oak wood buttons and just place these on each of the exposed log faces all the way around our build. So now we're just going to go ahead and take some spruce wood stairs and place them upside down underneath each one of our supporting beams. So now let's take some spruce wood fences and build a 2-high column between the ground and our supporting beam. Okay, now we're really building up some great detail on our bottom floor for the building. But now we're just going to go ahead and add some spruce wood stairs and spruce wood slabs to create this pattern in between our supporting beams. We're going to have a spruce wood stair either side with a slab in the middle. And now that we're basically done with the exterior of the first floor of our building, let's go ahead inside to actually fill in our first floor. So of course the first thing we're going to do is break out the ground inside of our building. Now once we've removed all of the grass, we're going to go ahead and fill in some logs in this pattern that I'm showing here on the floor for where our flooring is actually going to be. Now let's just fill in each of these gaps with some spruce wood plank. And so your floor on the first floor should end up looking just like this. Now you should have completely finished your first floor section, but now we're going to move on to the second floor. So let's just take some oak logs just like this and go up 4 blocks from our first floor, just like we did in the beginning. Now that you're finished with the foundations for the second floor, you should end up with a bunch of oak logs sticking out the top of your building just like this. So now to build our second floor walls, we're going to go ahead and take some white terracotta and fill in our foundations like this with 3-block high walls all the way around our building. Once the walls are complete, let's go ahead and break out some holes for where our windows are going to be. So now to fill in these windows, we're going to use the same glass as we did on the first floor and just fill them in with some white stained glass. So the front of our building has a 2-high window. On the right side of the building, we've got a 1-high window at the top. On the back, we're just going to have another 2-high window. And on our left side, we've got a 1-high window as well. So now everything's looking really great on our second floor. So now we just need to go ahead and fill in the gaps between our foundations again with some oak logs. The sides of the building is going to be a little bit different. We're just going to fill in 1 crossbeam on the end and then just break the 2 foundations in between that crossbeam. So if you missed how I did it on the first time, just watch very closely and make sure you follow along this section. Now on the two walls with two high window gaps, we're going to go ahead and build two oak logs with a spruce wood fence in the middle, and this is going to be the support for when we go ahead and build our roof. Now to go ahead and add some more detail, let's go ahead and add two cobblestone walls either side like this with some spruce wood fences on top. Now on the side of our building we're going to do the same thing with only one spruce wood fence above it. We can also add a hanging basket outside each of the windows on our second floor, just by adding a single grass block with 3 trapdoors around it. And now we can just close all of them so it looks like a basket. And now we can go ahead and pop any flower on top that we want to. So now to build our roof, we're going to start off with a simple A-frame coming off of the front of our building. So we're going to take some spruce wood stairs and gradually build up an A-frame to the top of our building like this, with an upside down stair at the top. So now we can move to the back of our building and build the same A-frame coming off of the back here as well. So now on the sides of our building, we'll come one block lower from our other A-frames and build another A-frame here and on the opposite side as well. The A-frame should sit on top of the spruce wood fences that we built before. So now to finish off the outline for our roof, let's just go ahead and bring our A-frames all the way back until we hit a wall or where our roof is going to be. And now to finish off the final foundations for our building, let's just go ahead and take some oak log and link up the tops of each of our A-frames. Now this is going to make it a lot easier when we come to filling in the rest of our roof. Now to finish off our roof, let's go ahead and take some oak stairs and fill in these gaps, leaving the tops of these cross beams completely empty. Now we can go ahead and take some spruce wood slabs and cover over the tops of our cross beams. Now on the ends of our A-frames, we're going to build a spruce wood stair with a upside down spruce wood stair coming off of it, and do that on each one of our A-frames going around the building. So now let's go ahead and build this small farm inside of the corner of this section of the building. So we'll start off with 2 spruce wood slabs 3 blocks from the ground, then come 1/2 block lower and surround it by slabs. Another 1/2 block lower, we'll do 2 slabs with 3 slabs coming off of our end slab, if that makes sense. Not very easy to explain that one. 2 blocks to the right of our front wall foundation, we'll put 2 spruce wood fences holding up our roof. And now we'll just take a bucket of water and pop 1 bucket of water in the very corner there. Now let's just put some wheat blocks on top of these in a little stack, and we can hoe the ground around this, and the water should make it all fertile. Now of course you can put any crop you want on, and I'm just going to chuck some seeds on there. Now in the other corner we can just chuck a couple fences and a compost, or any kind of details that you want really, it doesn't really matter. And now for a couple final details, I'm going to go ahead and take some polished andesite and just break up that lower level texture of the stone brick. And now that we're basically done with the exterior of our building, let's go ahead inside and do our interior. So to start off, let's build 3 cross beams linking up our inner foundations. Now in this final little gap, we're going to place a spruce wood full block, then a stair, and then finally a upside down slab. So now let's go ahead and build a line of upside down slabs pointing towards the doorway. And now we can just attach some upside down stairs to this as well. Now let's take another full block and place it next to the other one, just like this. And then we're basically going to do some upside down stairs in this pattern surrounding the single slab you can see above my head right there. Now this is going to give us a little gap for us to be able to put our lantern on to bring downstairs some light. So now let's continue that line of upside down slabs with the stairs attached to them either side on the other gaps in our ceiling. So we'll do it on the one in front of the door and the one in front of the back window. Now when we fill in the ceiling on the right side of the building, we're going to point it towards the window on the right. Now when we come to doing the ceiling on our left side of the building, we're actually going to leave it, as this is where our stairway is going to be to get to the second floor. So let's go ahead and take an oak log and bring it all the way to the top of our roof, because this is going to be where our spiral staircase is going to be. Now heading back down to the first floor, let's go ahead and place a half slab to the left of our log on the foundation on the floor, and then build up our spiral staircase one half slab at a time until we hit the second floor. Now when we get to this final block, let's just replace this full block with a stair. Now heading back down, we can replace this half slab with a full block. And now we're going to go ahead and take 2 chests and put one on top of another. And then let's just fill in this little understair cupboard with a door. Now let's head back up to the second floor and build a little balcony just using some spruce wood fences. Now that we're done with this, we can go ahead and connect up some cross beams between each of our upstairs foundations for the ceiling on our second floor. Now the same as what we did on the first floor, let's just go ahead and build a line of upside down slabs, and then let's just connect up some upside down stairs either side of this line. Same again with our right side, we're going to point the slabs towards the window. And now above where our spiral staircase is, we can do the same thing there as well. Now let's just build a little walled off section for where the bed might be. So we can just build some stairs in a pattern like this, and then we can just put some full blocks on top, and then just an upside down stair for where our door is going to be, and then just fill in a door like this as well. Now heading back downstairs, let's go ahead and finish off some final details on the cross beams of our logs. So let's put 2 upside down slabs with a spruce wood trapdoor in the middle. And this is just going to create a little bit of an archway and add some more detail. Now heading back upstairs, we can also add some little archways here as well. Now we're basically done with the build. The only thing we need to do now is fill in the details of our interior. Of course, everybody's free to build their own interiors in the building, as everybody will be playing the game differently. But I will show you how I decided to decorate my interior. Now my interior is designed for somebody playing in survival, with all the necessary things needed in a simple survival house. We even have tables and areas for decoration, various chests and plant pots, and of course we have a bed for the player to sleep in. Now with all that being said guys, congratulations on finishing the build and making it to the end of the video. Now make sure you smash a like on this video, subscribe so you don't miss another video on the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.